Hey everyone, welcome to Monoverse Studio. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. And I just got back from Tokyo not too long ago. I was there very early in the morning. Uh, as you may or may not know, today is March 22nd, and it's a very special day because today was the release of very two anticipated model kits, and I will get to those. But for now, I want to talk about my day and how it went because I think it's a pretty interesting story. It might be a bit too long, so if you guys want to stick around, you're more than welcome to. And if not, there'll be a timestamp down below, and you guys can just skip to the kit part, and that's totally okay as well. So, yeah, let me explain what transpired today. So I woke up pretty early this morning and I went to my go-to spot in Ikebukuro. And as soon as I got there, of course, there's already a line. And I knew there was going to be a line, which is the reason I went there earlier. But I should have went there even earlier. So the place opens up at 10. I got there at 8 thinking, okay, with a 2-hour head start, I might be able to get a ticket for myself. But at 8 a.m., there was already over 100 people lined up. And on an earlier day, there was already a notice outside the building that said that they were only going to have 80 kids available on that day. For any of the new releases, there was only going to be 80 of them. And if they had extra, then they would sell extra, but guaranteed there was going to be 80 of them. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm already here, all lined up, and maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't. And so I lined up, and one of the staff members came and asked me if I was there for the model kit. And I said, yeah. And they said, oh, well, we currently have between 120 to 130. You may or may not get one. So is it okay? Is that okay? Do you want to stay in? Do you want to risk it and stay in line? And then I said, yeah, that's fine. No worries. I'm aware of that. And so, okay. And I wish I would have filmed it, which I didn't. So, yeah, sorry about that. But I'll show a clip of another time just to show you what the lines look like. And basically, it was at least 3 to 4 times bigger than that. And yeah, so I'm lined up, and then they announced that at 9 a.m. they were gonna start giving out the tickets. So basically, I only waited about an hour. And so once 9 a.m. arrived, then they said, okay, like we'll start giving out the tickets. And basically, there was 3 choices. And so that means each person could get 3 tickets. It's only one per customer. And so, yeah, everyone was going mainly for the Gundam kits. And so they're like, okay, I want 1 and 2. Okay, next person, 1 and 2. Some of them said, oh, I only want 1. Others said, I only want 2. And so the line kept moving. And I think around at least 3/4 of the way, then finally they said, okay, number 2 is sold out. There's no more tickets for number 2. We only got number 1. And so I'm thinking, okay, there might still be a chance. At least I could get 1. So the line keeps moving, and then they said it. Oh, Gundam choice number 1 sold out. And there was only like 10 people ahead of me when they announced that. So I'm like, I didn't get a spot. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna try to go to other stores and maybe I'll find it. It's still early enough. By this time, maybe it's around 9:20 or something. So I go to a different store, Big Camera and Ikibuku, so I go to a different store in Ueno, which opens at, and that store opens at 9:30. So I get there, and there's no line outside, I guess because the store had already opened. But I go inside, and there's already a line of people waiting. And it must have been like 20 people or so. But all of them had a ticket in their hand. So I don't know if they must have given tickets beforehand. But yeah, everyone had a ticket in their hand. And I could tell that behind the counter there was still a lot of kits available. It seemed like, I don't know if they had more than 20 or not, but I did saw that there were kids behind the counter. So I'm thinking, oh, do I want to wait till all these people get their kits and then maybe don't have any leftovers and I can buy them? Or should I just go to a different store? So I ended up deciding, this is kind of risky. Instead, I'm just gonna go to a bigger store. So I'm gonna go to Akihabara. I'm gonna go to Yodobashi, which is, this mega department store, and they always have a lot of kits. So if I go there, then there's a pretty good chance that I'll be able to get a copy for myself. And this is because I think last year, back in November or so, the Golden Akatsuki RG was released, and I didn't know of its release at the time. I was just there by accident, and they had it behind the counter, and I said, oh, can I buy one of those kits? And they said, yeah. And they had multiples of them. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it'll be the same. So I arrived at Akihabara, and that's my main goal, to get to Yodobashi. And as I'm making my way there, I noticed the Tantam building, which is another one of the places that I mentioned in one of my previous videos of where I get my Gundam kits from. So Tantam is not as big as Yodobashi. They only have 2 floors in that building, and the 4th floor is just where the Gundam kits are at. So it's basically 1 floor. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna make a detour. I'll go there. And as I got closer to it, I could already tell there's a line, because that place opens up at 10. And by then it was almost 10. Actually, I think it was like around 10:05 or something like that. But yeah, there's at least 30 people lined up outside, waiting for the elevator. And I'm thinking, well, do I want to get in line and, maybe I'll get something, or should I continue to Yodobashi? So then I ended up just deciding, okay, I'll risk it. I'll get in line, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, I get in line, and then actually the line moved pretty quickly, and I guess that's because I was right there at the right time when it barely opened, so everyone was pretty much able to go in. So yeah, I get into the elevator, goes up to the 4th floor, and as soon as I step out of the elevator and into the store, there was already a designated path. So yeah, it was basically a designated path that you had to follow, and it'll around the store, and it eventually led to the register. And so yeah, and the first stop on the path is the new kit. So I could right away tell that they did had kits available. Well, the new kits they did have them and they were available. And so I'm thinking, oh, this is perfect. I can still get one. So I get to that section and yeah, I grab one kid and then I grab the other one that I'm looking for, and that's it. It's good. Mission accomplished. I got my kids. I just have to get through, I just have to continue the line, eventually make my way to the register. I pay and we're done. So that's that. But here's the interesting part. So I'm like halfway through the line and I get this horrible realization. And that is that I forgot my wallet. And I'm thinking, fuck, this can't be happening. I woke up so early to get here. Well, not early enough, but I get here, to the first place. I don't get a ticket. I go to a different store. There's nothing there. I come here. I find it. I have it. And now, how am I gonna pay for it? I don't have my wallet on me, and it feels pretty bad. So I'm thinking, should I just put this kid back and then come back later? But obviously that means that someone else is gonna take him. And by this time, they had already announced that one of them was sold out. So this one was gonna be sold out for sure. And as I'm kind of freaking out inside my head, thinking, what am I gonna do? I didn't realize, I have my mobile, I have my cell phone. My cards are also attached to my phone, so I could just pay with my phone. Right? I have Rakuten Pay and I have Apple Pay, so I might be able to use one of those too. But also, I'm thinking, well, this store is not as big as Yodobashi where they accept all types of payments. What if here they don't accept Apple Pay or Rakuten Pay? Because here in Japan, there's places that are like that. Some of them accept certain payments than others. Some of them is only cash. Some of them you only with physical credit cards. So I'm thinking, well, I could pay if they allow this type of payment. So, okay, we'll see what happens. So the line continues to move, and finally it's my turn at the register. So I get there, and the first thing I ask the cashier is, hey, can I pay with Rakuten Pay? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, Apple Pay? And they said, oh yeah, Apple Pay is good. So I'm thinking, oh, good, nice. So yeah, I ended up paying for the kids. I get my bag, and finally, for sure, now mission accomplished. I got the kids. I can go home, and we're good. We're set. So yeah, so that's that's the story of what happened today. But without further ado, let me show you the kids now. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first kid, and let me show you guys. And it's this guy right here, this massive HG kid. So here, this is the MRX-10 Psycho Gundam MkII from Gundam Vidar. And actually, I'm still watching Gundam Vidar. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't had much time lately. I'm like halfway through. So hopefully after this, I can catch up and watch a couple episodes. But I know that this Gundam makes its appearance towards the end of the series. Like I said, I haven't gotten to that part yet. At first I thought that this was the other one, the Psycho Gundam that appears in the beginning, which is the black one. And I think that one actually got released last year. I may be wrong, but think that's when it was released. But yes, so this is Psycho Gundam MkII, and this is brand new. So this is not a re-release, this is a brand new HG kit. And price wise, of course it's more expensive than a regular HG because of its size. And this one actually comes with a base. It comes with the figure base and the action base, I believe. Yeah, well, either way, once we open it up, we'll find out. But let me show you the sides. So market retail price for this is 100,000. I mean, 10,000 yen. But I think this was at Tam was 110, which is fine. It's fine. I don't mind. But yeah, if I were to buy this at another store or like a third-party retailer, well, not a third party, but if I were to buy this at some other stores, I'm sure they would have doubled the price. I'm sure if I go next week, I'll see this at some of those other stores, and it'll be like 20,000 yen minimum, and its prices is gonna go up for sure. But again, I'm glad we have it. And so this is because of its size. Obviously, it is bigger than your standard 144 scale Gundam, even though this is 144 scale. If you have watched the anime, then you'll know how much bigger this is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So I hope to get this kit built in the next couple of days, and of course I'll do a review on it. But for now, we'll do the unboxing and see what's inside. So this barely fits into frame, but we'll make the best of it. So, all right, it's time. Let's open this up. And that's a lot of runners. So this definitely feels like a Burka Master Grade or an older Perfect Grade. But, all right, let's see. So here's a lot of savers. I believe this is the action base. Some of the FX savers. Oh, this is the bottom of the leg. The other leg. Here's the other parts of the base. I think this is the one for the action base, with all the small parts for the effects. Alright, well here's the manual. Yeah, that's a lot of pages. Okay, there it is. There's how to look with the action base, the transformation, of course the building. It's all colored with the effects, other kits. Oh, so here's how to transform it. Alright, very nice. So yeah, there you go. That's all that's inside the Psycho Gundam MkII. And here's all the parts laid out on the floor because they don't fit on the table. So yeah, can't wait to get this build. Yeah, it'll take a while though. Now let's take a look at the second kit, and that is Master Grade, and that is Gundam Vidar from Iron Blooded Orphans, and this is the newest addition to the Master Grade lineup. And let me show you the sides of this. And this was also another very anticipated kit. Also, this is not the first 1/100 scale version of Gundam Vidar, as I know that there is a full mechanics version of this. But of course, this being a Master Grade, this means that this has an inner frame, and I would assume that this has way more articulation, way more mobility, and a higher level of detail, of course. So I don't have the full mechanics version, but it would be nice if I did. Then I could have made a comparison between that one and this one. Obviously this one would win. So this is gonna go really good along the Master Grade Barbados, which I do have somewhere. I haven't gotten around to building it. And just by looking at the box, It looks like it comes with a lot of pretty nice accessories. Comes with a handgun, first saver, beam saver, a rifle. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and open these up and again, see what's inside. Okay, and now let's take a look at what's inside the Gundam Vidar. So yeah, a bunch of more runners as you would expect. So here's what makes up the frame on this bag. I believe this is the rifle. This one comes with the 1/100 scale figures as well. Alright, we get our decals. And the manual. Very cool illustration. Wow, a lot of parts don't get used. I haven't built the Barbados model kit yet, but I believe it's the same frame. Again, I could be wrong. Very nice. So again, here are all the runners on the floor for a better view. And these are all the runners for the Master Grade Gundam Vidar. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was our unboxing for the Psycho Gundam MkII and Gundam Vidar. We didn't go into much detail, but I wanted to show you guys what was inside. So yeah, let me know down in the comments which one you're looking forward to the most and which one would you like me to start on. Alright, thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you on the next one.